Firstly, yeah, we've been talking about obviously watch-alongs, and we've not done anything really since last summer. And one of the reasons for that, John, was we had such a, or you had such a grim time piecing together one of our watch-alongs because we obviously had a guest in watching with us from the other side of the world, and then you had to try and isolate sounds and
In
the
fairness,
timing.
Stephen, it wasn't just
all over the
that. It
place.
was obviously copyright issues with other ones as well. Constantly getting claimed. You're having to go in and re-edit time and again. I can't remember which one it was. Was it not Kalki? Where there was a concerted effort from this digital media third party working in behalf of the producers or the production company. Just a deliberate sort of agenda against our channel, and we'll come out and say it. They were going after our channel because there's numerous other channels on YouTube got reactions up which are longer than the ones we eventually put out, and they're live and visible right now.
We tried and tested as well, John, just to prove the point that it was a personal attack, because, and I've got no doubt about it, it was a personal attack, because we actually went with YouTube's recommendation on how to get the video publicised by taking this bit, taking this bit out, taking this bit out. I think we got it down. We went from a half-hour episode to a 7-minute episode,
and it's after YouTube
decided, do this, and it'll be fine. And then it went up for about 2 minutes, and then it would get pulled again from the same lot that pulled it.
Yeah.
So that's when we knew that they were waiting for the videos to go up, and they couldn't do anything about the review because there was no obviously content. So the review is Kalki. The review is still on the channel, and obviously the trailer reactions as well, because that's fair usage. They can't do anything about that. But
that was one of the big ones.
Channel, didn't it? I mean, I know that yourself, John, in terms of piecing these things together, it's very time consuming, but you get the rewards once you see the community engaging with you, and that's the reward obviously we get, because 9 times out of 10 these watch-alongs aren't monetized for us anyway, so we don't get anything in terms of value in that sense. It's more about the building of the community, gaining a more larger subscription, because you want more people to come into the channel to watch your content and engage with you. That's what this channel's always been about. It's always been about engaging. And we had this conversation, John, I think maybe about a week or 2 ago, and we said we'll have to get back into the watch-alongs because we do miss the engagement side of obviously the channel, and it has been missing. There's no getting away from it. It has been missing because we've not been doing many watch-alongs.
Yeah. No, it was just, to be fair, Steve, we've not been doing anything, really. We've been doing a lot of live stuff, the odd reaction video, but then even the last reaction we did a bulk sort of reaction after that, to be fair, and one still to go out, which I'll deal with. But obviously Andor, reacted to the Andor teaser. I forgot to unmute my mic. Didn't discover until I went to edit that I'd not unmuted the mic. So that was unusual. And unlike other channels, we are not, how shall I put it? How shall I put it diplomatically? We don't redo it like he says, We're not inauthentic. We record it and we do it right, and then that's it. It's out there. Like it or lump it. What's the phrase? Like it or lump it. Is that a phrase? Yeah, there you go. Don't use that phrase a lot. And I butcher them when I do. So we've not really been hugely active in terms of videos going out, not like we were, say, like a year ago. So we do have to get the ball rolling again and try and get back on the horse and see what people do, see if they come back watching us or not. Hopefully they do. I'm talking like we're getting 15,000 views, Steve, in a month. We are still getting well north of 100,000 views per month, so it's not too bad. That's for a quiet period, then you can take that.
But we're not doing anything, so it's
we're not doing nothing. That's residual sort of views.
I think what people have to understand as well, and I think even Anamia, who appears on the channel as well, will certainly back us up on this. It's very hard to interact and engage when you're doing it remotely. We don't have the same dynamic that we once had when we were sharing the same studio space. Because
we were in different rooms. Doing all that.
Now we are in different rooms. But
there's my hand.
That is missing. Because it's a slight delay. I've noticed there's a slight delay, obviously, in the way things are communicated. Nothing we can do about that. It's just the way it is. But I think that's got a big part to it as well.
Yeah, but we'll walk around it and we'll get it cooking. And the content will go out again, it will flow. Like wine. Whatever that means.
Wine, yeah.
Yes. I could be doing with wine. I've had one Guinness and I feel like I've had 20. I had my dinner very late. Don't want to go off on that tangent, but I suppose I will, because we were kind of talking about watch-alongs and obviously our affinity, our fondness of the Indian subcontinent. I did make a butter chicken tonight. Very, very late. 8:30 at night. Made parathas from scratch. It was fucking worth it.
That's a hard thing to do.
Probably the best.
It's a hard thing to do.
Stephen, it's like the Indian equivalent, sort of savoury equivalent. I'm saying savoury equivalent, like croissants aren't savoury. They are savoury. It's like an Indian croissant, but flatter. The way they make it, they butter it, they layer it, they keep folding it and then roll it out again. It's just a process. It's worth it. Very good, very flaky. Goes brilliantly with the curry. Really enjoyed it. It was fucking dynamite. And that's why we're on later tonight. Because I decided I was going to get in touch with my 2% Indian side. And my great-great-grandmother will be proud of me if she's laid down.
We had a curry tonight as well, John. It was parathas, but they were pre-made frozen ones. We just didn't have the time to do it from scratch. But we had the chasney, chicken tikka chasney. And it was about 6:30 tonight. It was a bit more reasonable the time. I think if I would eat at 8:30 or even later than that, I'd be struggling, John. I know you only started making it around at that time, but
8:30,
any later than that, I'd be struggling. I'd be dying actually. So
I'm all right. I go to my bed way too late, so it's fine. I'll be fine. I'll live. It's probably equivalent to you eating at 6 o'clock, Steve. Me eating at 10.
Yeah.
Because I'm a crackpot. I'm on Midwestern American time.
Yeah,
I'd be as well moving to Aurora.
In terms of the watch-alongs, I think the thing is we want to do a lot of the TVF stuff, but we have to reach out to them directly, and we will do that. We'll pen an email and ask for their permission, because we know that if we do any of the TVF stuff, Quota Factory, Panchayat, etc., it's going to get blocked. We know it's going to get blocked, and we might even get a strike, because we did get a strike. For some of the content we put out, I think. I can't remember what series it was.
It was Panchayat, season 1, yeah.
What was the one we did? We did season 1. The one
Pictures.
Yeah, Pictures. I quit. That one.
It was brilliant. It wasn't Panchayat. Panchayat was the second strike. The first strike was for Azure.
Azure, yeah.
Azure.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Little fat man from Hyderabad.
Wasn't it not?
No, I don't know what that was. It was just it was a little fat man from Hyderabad with an agenda.
He didn't like the fact we didn't like the ending of season 1.
Tough titty.
I
didn't like it. No fucking father on it. I've not got any kids, but I can tell you right now, if I had a daughter, I would not sacrifice my daughter for 3 fucking randoms. Fuck them. They get sacrificed. They are not as important as your flesh and blood. You save your own. Your young daughter, who's one of the most, if not the most precious things to you in life, you do not sacrifice your daughter for 3 strangers. That was fucking idiotic. And I was a great maintain that.
It was a really good series, John. We were really into that.
Yeah.
And I remember quite a few people had private messaged us on Instagram saying, "Oh, I love your reaction to Azure." And then I think a few weeks later, people were like, "What happened to Azure?" And we're like, "Well, it got pulled, so there's nothing we can do about it." And we've got a strike. We also got a strike for a John Wick thing, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Panchayat. It was a random stream I did a year earlier from some fucking no-mark Spanish company who took over distribution rights for John Wick.
This is the sort of tightrope you have to walk when you do YouTube, though. I mean, you think that perhaps maybe a video from a year ago would get you out the woods, and you'd be quite safe.
Certainly a live stream with no copyrightable
it's
content
a weird
in
one.
it. It's a live stream.
But in terms of obviously TVF stuff, there's a lot of stuff we want to react to, but I think the ones that stand out for me that we will be doing very shortly, John, obviously it is Patal Lock.
Yeah, Patal Lock,
season 2, and also I'm blanking on the name, the Mirzapur as well.
Mirzapur season 3, yeah.
And obviously we want to try and take it into round about the time Family Man season 3 is coming out as well.
Yeah, so that's a big one.
That's going to be massive.
Well, I mean, with Family Man season 3, you've got the bleed over of Vijay Sethupathi, haven't you? And his sort of counterfeit, anti-counterfeit sort of fraud or anti-fraud team from
Farsi.
Farsi. With obviously Shahid Kapoor. So there's a chance that I don't know what they're planning on doing with that, but if we can get Shahid Kapoor flip-flopping back, because obviously you've got the tragedy of his grandfather and losing the sort of printing, losing the sort of printing warehouse that meant so much to him going rogue. If we could maybe circumvent him being rogue forever, somehow keep Shahid and bring him and VG Sethupathi over with obviously Manoj Bajpayee and Family Man, then fucking hell, that's absolute gold. But if Shahid has to bow out and we only get VG Sethupathi teaming up with Manoj Bajpayee and the geezer that plays obviously, blank on the character's names, DJ?
JP.
JP. Is it JP? Because I'm thinking of Patrick Vieira from Mirzapur.
Maybe, I might be JP. I think you're right.
It's Talpaddy, isn't it? I'm going to search it up right now. Family Man, I've got a fucking PC in front of me, for fuck's sake. There's absolutely no excuses for not searching that up. Season 2, because I don't know if he's in season 3. Let's find out what his name is. Bear with me. I think it's JK Talpaddy. You know that? I've not even looked yet. JK Talpaddy. I remember the Talpaddy, but I don't remember the sort of little double letter first name.
Who's the writing team for Family Man again? It's they're very well known, aren't they?
Krishna DK and Raj Nida Modu. Steve, we reacted to a brilliant fucking TV show with them. Yeah. It was almost like Guy Ritchie meets, I don't know, it was like multi-perspective crime. It looked hilarious, man. It looked brilliant. It was on Netflix.
That's right,
I can't remember what it was called, but I really liked the look of that. So yeah, I mean, Family Man's, it's got everything going for it. The acting talent, Samantha in season 2 was stunning.
Yep.
Just brilliant, ever-evolving, organic story. High calibre visuals and action set pieces. And it does what all good sort of action genre programmes or films do, in that you have the emotional anchor. There's a rationale behind the action. It's not just frivolous, fucking Michael Bay, special effects bollocks with no heart, no grounding. It's got great emotional ties with obviously the Manoj Bajpayee family and whatnot. I'm blanking on his name just now, which is absolutely fucking terrible. I'll bring the name out again. Shrikant Tiwari.
Guns and Gulabs, John.
Guns and Gulabs. Really, really impressive trailer. I don't know what the actual...
If we can get a hold of that, 8 episodes.
What's the rating? 7.7 is not bad. That's decent.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Really good. Yeah.
But the writers are great. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, family...
I was just looking at DK's work. I didn't realise he was one of the writers on the original film as well, Stree and Stree 2. So and you can kind of see that, because as you talked about that, John, the comedy and the style when we watched Stree 2 trailer, we did compare it to like Shaun of the Dead, Edgar Wright sort of style. So you can see that, can't you? It's very much like multi-layered, as you said, like the Guy Ritchie stuff, and also the way it's presented very much like Shaun of the Dead, etc. But it looks great.
There's just something about those sort of dual creative forces in film and sort of TV. They just seem to work. You think of the Coen brothers, you think of the what are they called again? The Fazzy? I think on their name.
Farley brothers?
No, the Farley, but there's another one. Robert Pattinson, what with? They done Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember their name, but there's something about, obviously, the Russos. When you have brothers are just two people who are closely linked and have creative visions and they work together. When they come together, there's something about it. It seems to work really well. And Raj and DK are right up there with them. That's annoying me. I can't remember them. I'm going to search it up again. I'm doing a lot of searching tonight. Fucking brain's not working. It's the butter chicken. Just went straight to my head. The Safdie brothers. The Fazzy brothers, you clown shoe. Farley brothers. Safdie. Mixed it all together. But no, we're going to be doing some watch-alongs. Looking forward to getting back on the horse, seeing some great content. We've done some brilliant TV shows and films over the last few years. Obviously, the likes of Farsi. Patal, I love Patal a lot, man.
Amazing.
Of the Chowdhury character, he was just hard-hitting, no holes barred, didn't give a shit. profanity. The scene with his young kid, he goes with a gun and just rips that gangster a new arsehole was sensational. And then the little Alex Kapranos sort of sidekick, mismatched body, guy who goes off and does it's the aspirants test, isn't it? I forget the name of that test. UPSC or something, or USPC. I think he passes it to become a senior.
It becomes your man's senior, doesn't
he?
He
becomes his boss, yeah. It's almost like, obviously, aspirants, what your man in aspirants becomes. I always butcher his name as well. I don't know if it's Abhishek, or is that from Panchayat? But he becomes a senior servant. He becomes a sort of...
you were going to say Ablesham.
Ablesham, I know, I love saying that shit, don't I? Aspirants, let's find out exactly what his name is. Abhishek Ablesham, Babysham, Shambles, Sham. He becomes that kind of character, obviously, where he's a senior figure within the police force. So, I love Pat a lot, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's not a story I felt required a second season, but certainly we'll take it. It's been a while since I've seen it, so maybe I'm talking shite there. But we'll be announcing, Stephen.
A lot of the series, John, that you could say that about. Certainly, like the likes of Quota Factory, if it didn't have that sort of sad turn at the very end of the last episode of season 1, it could have clearly have ended there. Yeah. But I think in terms of if you've got good writing, if you've got a good writing team in place and you've got committed actors, then why not do it? If you can do another series, they'll know when they overstay their welcome or they sense it coming. That's when they'll end things. And I think it's one of the things about the Indian web series I've always admired, that they don't go on and on and on and on. And I think in terms of Mirzapur, I was a little bit concerned about another season of Mirzapur, because I thought it's kind of peaked at the end of season 2.
That's another one we need to watch, Stephen. Talking about Quota Factory, we have to watch Quota Factory season 3 as well.
It's TVF though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's TVF, that's the issue. You have to kind of get into a discussion with them about, and even then you've got little fat people in Hyderabad trying to come after you, even if you do get the all clear from the production company. But G2 Bai's another one. He's just brilliant. Jitendra Kumar, brilliant writer, actor, sort of creative force. Really liked him, and obviously Panchayat as well. So it's just a shame we have been hamstrung with these fucking subsidiary sort of third-party cretins try to flex their non-existent muscles, because we would have done all of these great shows by now.
Them, John, to anyone, it would be that little annoying bastard in Panchayat, actually inside the village. The little, I can't remember his name. He was an arsehole. Yeah,
it's Cranty, isn't it? That's his name, isn't it? Or is that the wife's name?
I think that's the wife's name.
Is it? Yeah.
But, I can't remember.
Oh God, Bushan.
That's who I think of when I think of these little dweebs.
Is it Bushan? Panchayat?
Bushan.
I think it is Bushan, yeah. Durgesh Kumar. Bushan. Yeah, it's Bushan. Kranti's his wife. Yeah, just arseholes. Derailing, obviously, what we want to do with the channel. Many moons back. And then we've got people coming in and saying, please react to season 3 of Mirzapur. Well, we would have done it many moons ago if it wasn't for these idiots with their desire to strike the channel. And there's no need for it, because we don't take the piss, Stephen. We try to be fair, and I think we do. We probably speak too much during these reactions to the point where we wind everybody up that's watching. But the point and purpose of that is we are giving commentary. We are critiquing as we go, and we try and keep it really short and sweet at the end, because we've gave all of our thoughts throughout. So at that point, I think we have radically changed the content. We're not just putting up an episode or a film in its entirety and sitting watching it, giving no sort of commentary or feedback on what we're seeing. We are constantly cutting away, discussing it throughout. So at that point, I think it's fair usage. But hey ho, it is what it is. It's a slippery slope when you're using other people's sort of content, and obviously with copyright and whatnot, and how skittish and anal they are. Yeah. It's always a tightrope, like you said, Stephen. Yeah. But we'll get there. By hook or by crook, we'll get there. You find that I'm like Doctor Strange against Ngomadu. That I just keep fucking... You can kill me a million times, you can strike me down a million times, I'll keep coming back I'm like fucking Michael Myers. Decapitation, I'll be back, bitch, don't you worry about it. That's when it gets shit, let's be honest.